Hello, this is Hargoin Peterson. Um, and I'm from CSC 110 Wellman class, winter 2019. This is my final project. We have to make cubic, and there are three different patterns, and I'm gonna go over them and how I did them so you guys have an understanding. So first, as you guys know, in order to do totals, we have to do import our total, and this is the window. Right here, we set our window screen. We write a function to set our colors and sizes for our turtle, um, and then what we want to return, uh, and what we want to name our turtle, and what we want to make of it, and set the color as well and the sizes. Which in this case I set test equals make turtle red blue and the size 3, and then I did a speed test speed 0 and turtle tracing 0 0, so we don't really have to wait on as a drawing. And color white and color 1 to red, and then like putting down my pen, and I set all those and negative 160 and negative 160 60 as well, and test pen down. So that's my first set for the window. The second one is a def. I start making my turtle, which is just rectangle, a square, making a square with the size A, just one a set of turtle, and T is a test, and A. Then the coloring, there are two different colors that I want. So that's my first part, and the second one, there's another set of turtle, which is I wrote the function for, which is M, and make, yeah, so I just said my dog string is, I said make a square with the size A and M. So there are two different ones, and I call them and I gave them a limit, or like a number for both of them. So if I just like literally get rid of this, it might come some different outcomes, but it should be different. I don't know. Okay, yeah, that is the first set though. So that didn't work. Anyways, the third one is the same thing. I just keep calling until I get to where I get it. This is like a simple coding. It's not really the hardest coding. There are so many ways to do, but this is where I kind of stand. There are better version of this, how to do this, but this is the simplest and easiest way. A repeating pattern by turn, just naming your turtle and making sure that you understand, this is very, very simple for me, and a way to do it. As you guys see, like my turtles are so easy to make. My first pattern, this whole thing is my first pattern, which is so easy. And yeah, until for like a 5, I have a 4 different set of functions for my first pattern. And then I say I switch the color from the first one. Here we go. So it just I switch the color from the first one, just to make sure that it really does run, and it switches the color, because we have 3 patterns, but we literally want those patterns. We don't want to keep it repeating the same ones in order to change the color. The only thing we have to do is switch the color. And as you guys see, switch the color. As you guys see, this the same pattern which I just set it up in TA, and I just forced the color in it. I literally forced the color to it. Instead of like there's so many ways to do it. Instead of like calling inside of the turtle kind of thing. So still not running for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's okay. So yeah, and I'm sorry, and I'm making sure that I'm doing the right thing, following up. There are some things that I did, but yeah, for switching the color, just as you guys see, where is it? I start begin the color after where I did the whole function and call up, then I do draw the whole thing, then I do the pen up, then I do the division and all that kind of stuff on my right here on my turtle. Then I use for range, I use for my loops, and then I do my whole like full version of it divided by half. Then I end my filling and I repeat the same pattern again in order to match it. And yes, it keep going. Then this is the this is it's the same thing right here, but then like again given in it for the whole thing part of in the middle to colors. So I did it in the middle and I recall another functions side of it. So the second pattern is like the pattern one. I just named that because it sounds simple, and I leveled them. And as you guys see, I multiply my original to a to third, because this definitely the outcome is very, very different. Let's see how it goes. Sorry, I'm so tired. I'm yawning so bad. So as you guys, it's the whole thing, but I haven't really drawn it yet. I stopped it right here. So this is it. This is my third one with the color. So no worries. We're fixing it. The pattern 5 TAMN, and I just do the same labeling for the whole things, and just repeating to what you wanted to do to understand and switch. Literally, this is the most simplest one ever. You switch the color of the pattern. The second one, the pattern 3-1, and you repeat it and you reinforce it in the middle of the color. On this one, you begin after the second part of you set up your cubic, the amount, the size, and you end the filling before you start another function. And in another function, you do the same thing, the coloring and all that. You reinforce it again, you reinforce it again. And my third pattern is choice one, which is def, and then we set up let's set up. Like I see, you guys see every pattern that I start with, I just start with different names. It just and then like the same sort of move and sizes and that I used to define the whole thing. Basically, yeah, it does the same thing as you guys look at it before I go to function. And here's the same thing, the second a function. And then we go all the way down to where it is the main. We set up the main function where I call all my patterns in this, which helps me to force everything to connect and set the whole thing. So my whole patterns run within what I want. Def man patterns choice to A, and then we do rectangle 5, which like this is the first my first pattern, and my second pattern, then this is my third pattern. So all of my pattern, I have pattern 1, pattern 1, 5, 1, pattern 5, rectangle 5, but all of them are my patterns. And then the end pattern I changed to blue to red, and then I switched red to blue for the whole pattern. I reinforced it, the whole thing. And then the man. So when I run my program, you guys can see, let me see if you guys can see if it really comes out the way I want it. So it's the speed really makes it fast. It's like a boom right there. You don't have to wait for it to do the whole thing. So this was my first pattern that I did right here. I started from this the little small right here, the little small ones. Then this is my second pattern. Then this is my third pattern. So just like, so these two are the same, and these two are the same, and these two are the same. They just switch color, and I reinforced it a bit within the color with with the simple code as I showed you guys. You guys don't need to have like this dramatic change of like where it is, because sometimes I get confused when there's harder writing ways of function. I like the simple way, which is great. That's what I did, and this is it. This is it. This is my work. There are some places that I was kind of confused when I was doing this, because I thought the whole thing was like just writing the code, but you gotta also understand it, and there's a lot of repetition of it. So helper function is very helpful in this case to write codes like this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys understand my coding. And yeah, this is my final project for this class, which is great. And I got a lot of learning out of it, and I will continue creating my own codes and maybe post for you guys. And what do you guys think of my own code for patterns and like cubes, other stuff that I'm gonna be creating by myself. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye.